Okay, this is going to be interesting because when I first suggested we might do this little presentation, we're going to do it live. And I was going to show you all the pretty pictures of live of people walking around on our sites and all sorts of things, which you might be able to see there. But that wasn't working 5 minutes ago. And that's the reason why I think Connie said, no, John, we're not going to do anything live. And, oh, really? Let's be brave, Connie. No, John. So we've recorded it. I don't know how it's going to go, but we're going to find out. This is one of the things we do at Great Shakes Council in sunny Foster. We are a poor cash-strapped regional council, just like Narrabri. Only I think Narrabri is a little bit poorer by the look of that one. But this is about remote surveillance of waste facilities, not just landfills. As I said, the presentation changed a little bit. And I don't know why we got the Pantheon in there, or the sky's the limit, but I think it might just be, it's just opened a new window, if you like, for us on what we can do on our sites and why. And to put you in the picture, we've probably been recording from one of our main sites for about 10 years or so. And the reason we started it was to audit. So we've got 5 facilities. One's really close, one's a bit further away, one's further again, one's quite a hike, and the other one you've got to take your lunch. So the problem we had was, if our staff needed to go to any of our sites for any reasons, they're gone. And it was getting a little bit ridiculous, so we thought, no, there's got to be ways of transferring this. I mean, transferring the information that they need. What did they want to do? I'll tell you that later. Oh no, here it is now. Review contract, audit contracts, finances. Are they collecting the right money on the right loads? Other sites being operated properly in accordance with their licence conditions? You know, those sort of things. How are they generally looking? And there was one really important one to me. It wasn't just workplace health and safety, and it wasn't just security either, but I can show you a little bit later. It's all about leachate management. So I'll just give you a little look at the first one. We're only going to look at 2 sites because of time constraints. Peter took a bit longer than we thought. The Tea Gardens transfer station, just so you know what it looks like, probably your everyday sort of transfer station, probably not. Here's the tip shop, that's what it's like inside. Looks pretty nice, that's what it's like from the top down. Stockpile sites are just around where that's taken from now. Dual push pits, which was taken from that design from Casino. No, it wasn't, Evans Head. Transfer station. Cantilevered roof looks nice, taken from Port Macquarie. Just to show you the cameras that are on site, I think there's 5 which go both ways, so there's 10. We can watch in and we pick up the number plate. This is an example of what sort of auditing we can do. We have a look at the load, and as soon as the transaction goes through the receiving system, up comes the details, and that was supposed to be a lot larger so you could see it. But what it shows, and this is recorded and kept for as long as we like, and at this stage it's about 3 months, it gives you the rego number of the car, the time, the date, the type of load, the charge, and the receipt number, all on the same page. So we can audit back in our office. This is live back in our office. And from this site, this is an hour and a quarter away. So that's the sort of auditing that can be done. So we do that weekly at random. And to date, it's proved very successful. Oh, what a shame. I wonder why it didn't work. They didn't load the video, the other footage. Yeah. Okay. These were all little video clips for you to follow the car. I think that's him up there. He's heading up to the green waste pile, which is up here, which we're just watching on another camera. We have 2 cameras that operate inside the transfer station building proper, so we can watch. That was another one. We were going to watch him reverse in, and it was very interesting watching him reverse in. We had to actually cut it short and cut out a few bits, otherwise we'd be still here in another 15 minutes watching him have his 5th go at reversing in. So, yeah, we do have quite an elderly population, and some of them are not able to drive that well. But as a result, this was going to show you how we can actually just sit and watch, see how the recycling bins are working, see how the facility's operating itself, mainly from a workplace health and safety and also a contractor point of view. We did have an unfortunate incident where it was reported someone was assaulted on our site, and funnily enough, we didn't believe them. But We said, okay, well, when did it happen? What time? Where were you? What's your car look like? Give us your rego number. Gave us all the details. We went back, looked, and they were right. So we actually dealt with that matter, but we had the footage there to be able to show. And the dear chap that was involved, I think, got quite a shock that we're able to say, that's you. And, it is. Yes, it was me. So thankfully we were able to deal with that one. We can look all around up the site. You can see we can look at the stockpiles. So if we need to know the scrap metal contractors coming through, how much material have you got at Tea Gardens, how much ferrous or non-ferrous, we go, just hang on, I can't remember last week, but we can have a quick look. That also was a video clip which was interesting, but we won't get to see that one. And this is the other facility that I'll show you. This is at Bulahdelah, which is up on the highway near Foster. It's about 3/4 of an hour away by straight drive. The problem with this facility is the landfill's closed. It's got a leachate collection system. That's a U-Butte picture of the little leachate dam. You can see the marker, which shows how full the dam is. This was before it was cleaned out. That was the old system of dealing with it. A diesel pump on a trailer, and the operations staff would have to be reminded to go out there 3 times before they'd actually get there as the dam was filling up. John's nerves were not good, but we decided there's got to be a better way of doing it, and through a bit of innovation, which sometimes happen in the poor cash-strapped regional councils, because you don't have much to do with any, and we didn't have power at this site. So we wanted to work out how we could actually get a leachate collection system and be able to see what was going on site, back at home, 24/7, or in the office. And this is what we come up with. This is a little shipping container, and they're the 4 cameras that operate around the shipping container. And you will see there's the leachate dam again, so at any time of the day, there's actually you can zoom in and out with these, by the way, yourself live. You can see how full the dam is at any time. It's operated by solar power. There's a camera inside. It's called Pump Cam. This is real original stuff we do. That shows us, you can open up and see the gauges or the lights to see whether the solar powered pump is working or not. It's got a diesel backup pump, which we have to get the staff to do. So if there's a problem with the solar stuff, we've got to remind them 3 times before they'll get there. And then we've also got Spray Cam, which is pretty original, which shows all the spray heads up on top of the old landfill, and you can actually watch them spraying, zoom in if you like, at any time. And we've got Road Cam, which shows us who's coming in on the road at any time. This works so well, I could sell it, patent it and sell it. Standalone shipping container, come and pick it up, unhook 2 pipes, put it up, put it on the back of a trailer, take it somewhere, drop it, connect it to another pipe, and we can set it up, bang there straight away within 10 or 15 minutes, and then just sit and watch it operate any time of the day or night. Don't need power, don't need anything. So for remote sites, that is just perfect. And it really came into its own a couple of weeks ago when we had the wild storms and wet weather, because Sunday afternoon I was getting a bit nervous. So out came the phone. Wonder how it's going at Bulahdelah. Ring, ring, ring. Solar power went down because they had a wild storm, and for some reason the lightning strikes and everything throughout the solar system, which I don't know how, but it did. But we're able to get our staff to go out, fire up the diesel pump the next day, which obviously was a fine day, and away it went. And we're able to get the solar power panel fixed. That's a close-up inside. Can't see much because I can't make it work for you. And as I said, that's the plus. You can just sit and watch a leachate dam as much as you want to. I know that probably doesn't mean much to you, but those of you who have been involved with leachate dams and being able to manage the system properly remotely, you get really nervous. And we used to have to send our guys out to look at this thing, or I would, like sometimes a couple of times a day, every second day. And are you really telling me the truth? Like, is it really 3/4 full or not? Come on, tell me. So it's just beautiful. To watch the spraying is also beautiful. But it's one of those things, it's a bit of a beauty's in the eye of the beholder thing, isn't it? I suppose it's a bit like James rolling around in his compost or something, but That's all, thank you.